Yes,
What?
yes.
Yes, yes. Hey,
Hey, we back up in here. We back up in here.
we back. It's the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother.
Son Solex.
Hey,
We
like we
just
say, you know what? Go for it, man. Go for it. I'll let you run it.
Hey, we just want to welcome everybody for tuning in with us. Again, you guys can reach us on all your major podcast platforms. You can reach us on Facebook and YouTube. Um, we have a special guest with us today, but unfortunately, he's running a little bit behind, got caught up. But he is definitely going to be on. So we're just gonna hold it down until our guest comes on. But today's topic is sports, coaching, and life. So again, that's sports coaching and life. And I'll let you take over from here, my sir.
And as you can see, I'm running behind the power curve a little bit. Uh, man, it's been a busy day. And I'm in traffic. But anyway, yeah, we waiting for our guest to come on. He's running a little behind too. Hey, like we said, life willing, we gonna be here. We found a way to be here. I should be home shortly in my seat. I don't think I'm appropriately dressed, but hey, I'm still dressed for the occasion.
For sure.
Representing. Look, yeah, but so how your day been, man?
Everything been good, man. Everything been good on court and to what I need to be. So, how about
I
you?
hear that. My day was fabulous actually. I don't want to throw too much out there, but I have been accomplishing some things.
That's
Um,
what's up.
but but one thing I want to throw out there, I had bought this backpack, a Ruck backpack, and because somebody in National Guard recommended it. Um, the bag that I had first bought was a solar bag, and then I was
Hmm.
asking, I emailed the company, was asking them some questions and stuff, and they pointed me to the Facebook group. So then I took a picture with the slim bag, and out the blue they hit me up, and they was like, hey, how, do you think you could do a promotional video with your bag and all that? And I was like, all right, cool. So they told me what they wanted, as far as the video goes. Um, I put together the video, and I was kind of hesitant because I'm like, yo, a company wants me to do a video with a product, and I was like, yo, how can I live up to this? But I actually finished putting the video together on Tuesday.
Right.
Shot it to them, emailed me back, like, yo, that was fabulous. Everybody loved it. Blah 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 and blah blah blah. We're gonna send you a free bag. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm thinking they're gonna send me a free small bag.
Hmm.
Dude, they sent me one of the big bags, and the big bag is like $189.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
it got a solar panel on it. It got solar panel, and it comes with a battery pack that you can put in one pocket, and then it got a cord that hooks directly to the solar panel on the strap. They got a compartment that you can put food in, so you can keep your food at a good temperature and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm happy about that.
Dang yeah, that's what's up, man. I'll take that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I might have to hit them up and see if we could be brand ambassadors for them and do a little promoting and stuff.
For sure, for sure. We'll take that. So while we waiting in the meantime, we'll go ahead and start a little snippet on one of our other topics. How that sound to
Yes,
you?
let's get it.
All
That sounds
right.
good to me.
So this topic is why do some women think they know everything about men?
Woo,
Again, that topic
man.
is why do some women think they know everything about men?
Now, before we even start discussing this topic, ladies, I know you out there. We gonna need one or two of y'all to jump on this topic with us because uh, we don't want to come off like those guys. So
Right, right, right. Definitely don't know everything from a female's perspective.
yeah, we don't pretend either.
Heck no. So does it come down to at a certain age, a woman becomes more wiser, picky, or more focused on what they want out of a relationship? What do you think?
Um, I'm gonna jump off a limb and say, well, let me back up. It it to me it depends on what era or generation of woman you're referring to. First
Right.
of all, um, because I kind of want to say that back in the day, women paid more attention to their men, like the finite details and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
And I think nowadays, probably over the last 5, 10, 15 years, with the increase of reality shows and all type of other things that go on, I think some women generalize men or make assumptions of men based on TV, people that they hang around with, and stuff like that.
Oh, I could agree with that. I'm definitely gonna have to go with that, man. I think it comes down to what generation they come from. I think it comes down to the older you get, the wiser you get, the more you have experience on life, and you're a little bit better judge of men and what it is exactly that they're looking for in a man. So,
Yeah,
but
I can agree with that.
another thing I will say though is, um, again, not trying to disclose my age, but I remember having my grandmother, uh, and some of the advice she gave some of my female cousins. She basically broke it down and told these female cousins of mine what it is that you need to be looking for in a good man, from her era. And
Hmm.
the biggest thing she was talking about somebody who's going to treat you right.
Right.
So um, that was one of the biggest things. Another thing is a provider, someone who's going to get out there and do the work and look out for their family, genuinely look out for their family, um, and someone that can also be a friend to you. Those were
Yeah.
like the three things that I remember my grandmother passing on her wisdom as far as like what's you know good as far as a mate.
Yeah. We cannot ignore the fact that I think men, you, for the most part, men were a different breed, so to speak, back in the day.
Right.
Um, they were I think men back in the day were easier to understand, so women knew what to look for and comprehended well in that arena. I think that nowadays men are like water, very fluid. Um, a lot of them are not direct, concise, and all of that. So I guess that forces some women to look at that as, oh, I know how men are. They all like this. They all like that. Blah blah blah. And that goes back to a few things that we've said before. You only know what you've experienced. So I don't think that a lot of women give themselves a fair chance, or even give men a fair chance of understanding, because we all have that bias and that ignorance towards understanding the other person.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest things that I notice about women is when they say all men are alike. I really think that when a female says that, it's kind of like she's either been discouraged to that point that she feels that that's where she's at, or another thing about it is maybe she's going off what her friends are telling her and what she's viewing, as far as like what her friends are experiencing. But the thing
Hmm.
about it is when you make a statement like that, that all men are alike, I think you're actually cutting yourself short because there are good men out here, but
Yeah.
the thing is, they're not as plentiful as they used to be.
Yeah, and then I'm glad you brought that up because when women say all men are alike, it's like, what do you mean all men are alike? Yeah, we like most of us like women. Yeah, most of us like to have sex. Yeah, most of us like to kick our shoes off at the door and just leave them laid any kind of way. It's like, so what do you mean all men are alike? Um, you have to be specific in that because as men we take that sometimes some of us can be petty and take it literal to the point that you know we rebut that in a petty way to where it's like now I'm about to aggravate the shit out of you because you said something that's not really factual. Because if you say all men are alike, that means all women are alike, and then we could sit back and be like, oh, all y'all women think y'all know men, you know?
True. And the thing about it is, when a female gets to that point that of thinking all men are alike, again, well, I can say some of the females I've encountered, they they really is kind of like they give up on even giving you a chance to see if you're different. So it's like, how
Yeah,
can you say all men are alike if you're not even giving, a good man a chance to prove or to even show that he's different than, most men you may have encountered.
yeah, and then the other thing about that is you know if a woman is thinking all men are alike, then how do you have a desire to find your ideal man, your ideal mate, if you think all men are alike? Because you kind of like saying, you know everything about men. It's like you don't know everything about men. You know, all men may have certain traits that are similar, but I mean, you just can't say all men are alike and just leave that blanket statement out there like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that statement. Um, so, at what age does a woman start to self reflect and determine what she needs to do in order to attract the kind of man she is really looking for in her life?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah,
That is a tricky one. You know what? I can provide context to that question, but I can't really answer it because all women are different.
true.
Some women know at 20 years old, some don't figure it out till like 60, 70, 80 years old. Um, but then at the same time, that burden can't be given to a woman all the way to a woman to bear because um, she may have certain traits that she looked for in a man or certain aspects that she looked for in a man, but she might have to adapt to that man that's right there. So anybody can self-reflect all they want, but at the end of the day, how do you find that man? How does a woman find that man that is the ideal man? And for that, we would definitely need a woman's input on that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Again, I can't speak from a female's perspective. I can only give my opinion about it. But I think that it depends on the level of maturity of that particular female. Because again, like you're saying, some in their 20s are looking, for something serious, and then you might have some that are in their 60s and 70s and feel like, okay,
Right.
now I'm ready to settle down. So I just think that it depends on the particular female, her life experiences, and again, females get that urge of, okay, I want to start a family at different points in their life. So I guess again, it depends on what age they feel comfortable with, as far as like, okay, do I want to start around about 23? Do I want to start about 25, 27, so on and so forth? So again, I just think that it comes down to the individual female.
Yeah, and it also depends on what she's being taught when she's growing up from her mothers, grandmothers, other female relatives, and also the people that she chooses to hang out with. I mean, you can't just dial it down to, oh, whatever she thinks she know or whatever thing she thinks she want to know, because it's a lot of factors that go into it.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, you're definitely right about that because, again, it comes down to some influences that females um, have experienced as far as like their mother, grandmothers, aunts, uh, cousins. So, again, I think females are more willing to observe certain situations as far as when it comes down to interactions between the male and female relationships, while men, we're so gung ho on, focus on exactly what it is that we want, that we sometimes neglect that aspect of paying attention to what it is a female is actually looking for.
Right. Yeah. Yo, and for all y'all that are out there listening to us at the moment, yes, we have a topic and a guest, but he's running a little behind. So we're just, providing a little filler until he gets on, and hopefully he'll be on soon. And as you see, I am out of pocket right now. So, but hey, the show must go on, so we're gonna hold it down the best we do, like we always do.
For sure. So, why is he? Um, okay, why is the list so long when it comes down to what she's looking for a mate? Height requirements, six-figure income, uh, the right circle of society, drives the nice car, has the nice house.
Man, that's a whole nother topic in itself. But I will be understanding to say that women they have they have their fantasies, their dreams, their preferences, you know, which is would be a better way to say that they have their preferences. Some of them are unrealistic, um, but everybody has their preference, and I think sometimes when women have lists like that are just like ridiculous.
No,
Um, as I've heard, they're doing that to brag. They're not doing that because that's what they they could genuinely want those things, but um, when it comes to certain parts of that, it's like a bragging thing because as we know, the average guy is not always good enough. Um, and most women that claim they need or gotta have or want a six figure man, it's like, are you bringing a six figure mentality to the table?
right,
Um, if you're not, you shouldn't be. Not you shouldn't be. You know, maybe you have to adjust your list a little bit. Um, I, but some of them things on their list, like height and this, that, and the other, I can understand it to a degree, but sometimes that's just outrageous.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I can respect the fact that a female has enough respect for herself to know what it is that she's looking for. So when she has a list of detailed things that she's looking for in a mate, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think where some complications may come in is when, again, the list is so long and so outrageous that it's kind of like you're looking for Mr. Perfect, and to a certain extent, he may exist, but what extent are you going to have to go through, or links you're going to have to go through in order to define him? And again,
Yeah,
we can sit up here and say, "Well, I'm just waiting on the Lord to send them to me." I've heard that many of times. Not saying it can't
hey,
happen, but I don't think you're gonna find one sitting up in a house. I
Mm-mm.
could be wrong. It's just me, but I just think that if you are looking for a particular style of man or a man with certain qualities, that's going to require some effort on your part to find exactly what it is you're looking for. Meaning, the guys that you do find attractive, you may have to approach them to see if you can get a date. You know what I'm saying? Or the ones that may not have all the checks by his name, you might have to be willing to give him a shot. You know, just to again to see what you're looking at is the cover of a man, right? Even though you got this list, but you really don't know what's going on with this man if you don't take the time out to get to know him. So
Yeah, that is
I
true.
will say that.
To kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, um, what was I gonna say? Um, I lost it, man. I lost it. Damn, I lost
It'll come back. So can a woman build herself up to meet or exceed what she's looking for in a man, i.e., be the counterpart in her list of demands?
it. She can. Um, but as far as that, uh, relating to women thinking they know a man, um, I don't know. Um, well, on this one, a woman would have to know something about a specific man in order to build herself up for that man. It's not impossible, but she just has to have that, that mindset to do that.
Right. I definitely think she can do it. Again, when you have a list of demands, um, I feel you should be able to put another list right there beside that list that you have and say, okay, how do what I'm capable of compare to this list of what I'm asking someone else to be capable of, or the potential that they have. Where's my potential as far as like that list, and how do it that line up with each other? But I definitely think that certain females are so goal oriented, outspoken, or however you want to put that. But they just got a whole lot going on for themselves. So when you have a lot going on for yourself, it's kind of like you're looking for someone to either meet or exceed what it is that you have going on for yourself. So, hi, Mr. Washington, how's it going, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? I finally don't made it on, man.
All right. Well,
How's it going?
it's going pretty good. Did you want to re- rebuttal that, or you good with that, King? Okay, he may be having technical difficulties. But okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll push through. Not a problem.
Yeah,
How's your day though, bro?
man. Hey, you know how one of them days be, man. Hey, everything don't go how it's supposed to.
No, it don't. It
Hey,
don't.
we made it through though.
That's what's up.
That's all that matters.
Uh-huh. Sometimes you gotta push a little harder than what you really want to, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you gotta get it done.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But everything good with
Yeah, everything good, man. We are good to go.
you? What's up, King? You know you can hear? You can hear.
Yeah, I don't think he can. He
Uh,
probably don't even realize he off. Hold on 1 second, people. Please just bear with us.
yeah, man. I tried to check in. She was talking about she couldn't finish the reservation. I was like, oh man.
Hey, bro, your system isn't working because we are getting no audio. But he's actually in transit right now. So
Oh, okay.
anyway, until he returns, we're gonna hold it down.
That's all right.
So
No problem.
again, we want to welcome everybody to the King and I Life podcast. Today is our special day that we got Mr. George Washington, and yes, that is really his name.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Got it from my dad and granddad, man. That's it.
That's what's up. So today we're going to be talking about sports, coaching, and life, and our how they all run together. Today we're talking with Mr. George Washington, aka Mr. Trey. Everybody knows him. You know, his family and friends knows him as Trey. We will be discussing sports and the role they have played in his life, being a star athlete in football, track, while in high school and his college career. Trey has been involved in his community as a coach, mentor to young athletes for many years. And again, we just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us here, sir.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, so trying
So, if you would just give us all right, cool. Give us a rundown on, your life as far as like where you reside, how you grew up, what part of the country you grew up, and the biggest question, what got you into volunteering your time into coaching?
um yeah, I'm from Warner Robins, small city, Warner Robins, Georgia. Middle Georgia area. Like I said, grew up here, born and raised on the north side of town. You know, just me, my mom, my dad. I got an older sister. Very family oriented.
Hmm.
Grew up on this side of town, and I got two kids. 9-year-old daughter, which will be 10 here shortly, and then I got a 14-year-old son, which is headed to high school. So he about to experience some changes in his life. So, but other than
Oh,
that,
definitely, definitely.
yeah. So, but other than that, man, just football, man. Fell in love with football. I wouldn't necessarily say real young, but it was a nice age. I was in love with basketball, but I come up and like I say, mama signed me up for football and made me go to practices all the time. I ain't never necessarily wanted to go, but I continued that and did that in football. I began to fall in love with it. Everything was everything. Never was a practice player. I mean, any coach probably can tell you that, but
Hmm.
enjoyed the love of the sport. Just the sport itself grew on me as I got older and everything. So, you know, man, that and like I said, went through middle school, got to high school and all that. We'll get into that, but just the coaching aspect, man. Just being around. I think what really got me into trying to do a little coaching at the time. My son was coming up through recreation, and coming up as we was coming up as youngsters, you see a lot of the dads get in and coach, and wanna coach their son. It was giving a curse at sometimes. 'Cause, everybody. It's like everybody want their son to be a quarterback. So, but that's how it went. When your dad was running the team, you probably gonna get the first dig at his position or the favorite position. But
For sure.
I knew I couldn't do that. I ain't never really been able to throw it. I threw a few halfback passes in my day, but that was about it.
I understand.
Yeah, so just watching that and seeing my son come up, watching him play the game, and really just fell in love with just being around them kids, man. And a lot of them kids, knew their parents, and might have grew up with their parents. So you want to see them win, not necessarily excel as just the sport itself, but just teaching them things and showing them different ways
Yeah.
on the field and showing them how football going at the end of the day, man. It's gonna always convert back to what I'm saying, life too, man. Just everything, man, coming in full circle, man, because it just show you a lot, teach you a lot of things, man. You know, being good teamwork, man. Working with other people, different
Hmm.
personalities and learning people and learning how to take something that somebody's giving you and apply it on the field and to life itself. Because a lot of times, same time you applying something on the field, it's gonna be the same way in real life, man. Maybe just different terms, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
different situations, but it all run hand in hand.
Oh, cool. I know you're saying that your mom really got you into the football aspect of it, but at what age did you really take an interest in sports in general? I mean, like,
Oh man, it was very young. Uh, I'm gonna give you probably around 5, 6, something like that, man. Where
oh
you
wow.
go outside, back in the day, we went outside a lot, so it's a little different now. Kids, they go outside, but it was always going outside to play with us. We had a little game system, but they wasn't nothing like today and the phones and all this technology. So we used to go outside, man. And you go outside, man. Everybody playing basketball, football, or kickball. They came up with trampoline. We was jumping on trampoline, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Just doing stuff to have fun, man, and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of exercise, man. Getting active out there, and man, just seeing. A lot of times, you just see what you can do, run around with people in the neighborhood, and realizing maybe you got a little speed, or you can do this better than somebody else. And I think one of my things was always speed, man.
Right.
Man, no lie about this. I probably came up, especially with the guys I came up with, went to school with. Man, I probably was about faster than everybody else. It might have been a couple people close to me, but when we got to that middle school and
Uh-huh.
high school level, man, I want too many of them that can keep up with me, man. And I kind of used that and tried to apply that to the field.
Right.
Yeah, so that got into it. Like I say, but I'm really a diehard basketball at the time, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I came up in it. I was getting pretty good at the basketball, man, and
Hmm.
but it was against me. I was against all odds with the basketball being short. You know what I'm saying? And all that, man. Hey, man, it was crazy. But I had a high arc on my shot, man. Cause back in the day, man, we used to have a goal, man. My mama don't put a goal up, man. My dad, but the goal about 12, 13 feet, man. So
Oh dang.
yeah, so and it stayed up. I swear it stayed up for years, man. Cause couldn't nobody jump up there and dunk it. So that kind of played a role in it, man. So I always had a high arcing jump shot, man, and
Hmm.
that just went on from that. But after a while, she would always make me go to football practice, man. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't never want to go, man. It be hot, man. You have to come from outside, you playing with your friends. She talking about get your pads and equipment, man. I ain't want to go do none of that, man. But it turned out pretty good for me, in the long run.
No, for sure. Yeah, I always had aspirations of being the next Michael Jordan, but that it didn't work out for me.
Yeah, man. That what it got. MJ, man. Around that time, MJ was on the TV a lot, man, and MJ was a different a different breed at that time. They
Hmm.
seen something close to it, but you ain't. Mike was something different, man. And then
Yeah.
you got to see Mike anytime they were playing on TV, man, on WGN. So, what I'm saying? They had a whole channel for Mike, man. I don't think they was too much studying the Bulls itself. It was just Mike.
Okay. I mean, when you have a talent like that, man, it just blows everybody else out the water. So I totally get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you right about that.
So was there a particular coach when you were younger that actually pulled you to the side and was like, "Hey, man, I see what you got going on. I think you really got something."
I would say at a young, like recreational ages, you had some that knew you was special, and it could be some, but that was around that time. That probably all the coaches, But I can say in my early years, I wasn't the. I really in the recreation. I really wasn't the standout that I grew into. Maybe because I mean, like I said, at recreation, you have coaches that got sons or got favors and this and that. So it wasn't necessarily all that, but I knew I had talent. But I think once I got to middle school and started playing in middle school, yeah, it was a couple coaches that were like, yeah, you can, yeah, man, this your sport. This it
Mm-hmm.
now. In the high school too, my head football coach in high school, he basically told me after playing a year or two of basketball, and I think I might have got hurt one year, and he told me, "Hey, that's gonna be it for you in basketball. We got plans for you in football." And,
Wow.
I ain't understand it. I did, but I didn't. Then
Uh-huh.
once I really got the plan on that field, going into 10th grade and then 11th grade, starting and everything, starting a few games, 10th grade, playing a few games, you know what I'm saying? But then when I realized, this can, this right here, this right here probably my sport, man, and I can probably, get somewhere in school without my mama having to pay for it doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was a one main instance that happened, event that happened back when I was coming into middle school, going in to the 7th grade, get ready to play. I had a few bad grades, and wasn't gonna allow me to be eligible to play football for that fall. And
Right.
I had I think they told me. Well, I seen it on a report card. I think I had 3 failing grades, and I went home, told my mama. She was upset, highly upset, cussing and fussing, cause she was prepared to, be doing this hooping and hollering and running, cause going to it, anybody that know me or been around me, man, they know my mama. That's the biggest fan, number one fan. And when I tell you loud and very cheerful, that's her. And everybody gonna hear. I mean, man, and that's just her. But I had to go
Mm-hmm.
home and tell her, look, mom, I don't think I'm gonna play no ball coming up. And she was like, "What?" She yelling, fussing, and cussing, and
Uh-huh.
it had me a little sad, because I was like, "Dang, man, I'm doing it for mom. I can't do it." You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of behind my sister. My sister was at a point where she was coming out of just getting out of middle school, and she was hooping, man. She was a ball. I'm talking like, man, they might have 30 points and 40 points, and she got 38 of them. You know what I'm saying? Or
Oh,
35.
dang.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like so. So it was like that. So, man, I had to go home and tell her that. And then the next day, I don't know what happened, man. I got a call up to the counselor office, and had a counselor, one of the coaches, I think it was the AD at the time, maybe something like that, and assistant principal, something like that. And they
Mm-hmm.
pulled me in there, man. And they tell me, say, "Hey, I hear you can play some football. You pretty good for sports." He said, "Sports in general." I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right, but I ain't gonna be able to do. I ain't gonna be able to show nothing this year." So he was like, "Well, we got it's a change of plans or something, man. We got a few." This is what they said. He said there's a few mistakes on your grades, and we don't figured it out, and we got you, man. You gonna be able to, we're gonna send you up. You gonna make it to the 7th grade where you can play some football this fall, and go play a little basketball. And I was sitting there like, what? All right, if you say so. I don't see how they make no mistake, but I put that type of work I had put in at the time.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's
Really, yeah.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, no, but I said, well, I'm thinking about it. I said, man, I gotta go home and tell mama, man, that news gonna be, she gonna like that. I went and told her, mom,
Uh-huh.
they talk to these people, they say I'm gonna be able to play some ball next year. She was like, what? She was like, man, these folk don't pass you cause you can play some ball. She was like, what? She was like, I don't know what to tell you, but we're gonna go ahead and go with it this year.
Oh man, that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? That was it, man. Like my mama, my one thing about it, man, my mama was always hands on. Now I did grow up in the household, my mother and my father. My
Mm-hmm.
father, now he wasn't in the sport like that. I'm gonna tell you like that. He used to always tell me, like, even when I got good, man, he'd be like, hey, I don't care nothing about that damn ball you running out there. He was like, man, you need to do something in school, and make sure you find a way so you get out here and provide for whatever you got going on, your family and all this, and just do what you got to do. He was like, you like that, you love that, okay, that's fine, but you know what I'm saying. He worked, man. I tell you, man, that man used to work 7 days a week,
Hmm.
and he just was a grinder. He just grind, man, hustler, and he still like that to the day. He just got he just crazy, man. He just shout out like he funny, but yeah. So all that, man, and after that, when they did that in school, man, in 7th grade, that's when I realized, man, I must be pretty good. Either it was either I was pretty good or the other people that I was playing with weren't worth nothing.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
One or the
I,
other. So I take the first one. Say maybe I was pretty good, man. But yeah, that's when I really realized, hey, I must be pretty good at this, and then everything accelerated when I got to high school because we got into a program.
oh wow. Well, I can definitely attest your daddy is funny as hell. I had the pleasure of meeting him, like twice, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah,
And
we
each
working on
time,
private.
man, he had me rolling. So definitely, but he definitely seemed like that type, that old school type that, hey, this is what the program is. These are the rules. As long as you go by the rules, ain't got no problem with you.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. That was it was a big part of it, man.
definitely. So what athletes motivated you to pursue sports and achieve your success throughout high school and college?
Man. Um, of course, like we talked about Michael Jordan. I always looked up to Mike, seeing Mike, and we had Barry Sanders. Watched a lot of Emmitt Smith. Jerry. I used to love Jerry Rice, man. I always seen, what I'm saying, how they always show how he used to work and come after, get out there and Walter Payton. I didn't get to see him, live like that, but just watching tapes and studying stuff on him, man, and just seeing how tough he was and seeing how those guys, a few of those guys come from small colleges or black colleges or whatever it may be, and still finding their way, what I'm saying, to the highest level of competition, from that grind. So that was part of my motivation right there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you, watching Barry Sanders on TV, that was definitely one of the things I enjoyed. Like I say, it broke my heart when I found out he was retiring because
My
my
bad, I
bro
had
was just that good.
my bad, I had a call, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, but yeah, that part, man. So just seeing those other guys, man, that was motivation itself. And then seeing the guys in the neighborhood, man, that was in high school, cause when I tell you, like, my city is big on football, and then you got the rival of Northside and Warner Robins High School. And man, when I tell you go to that game, high school game, man, during the fall, and man, you probably won't have too many folks out in the city that ain't at that game, man. And it was like that. I'm saying, no exaggeration. You probably looking at 15 to 20,000, something like that, maybe
Oh
more.
wow.
Yeah, at a high school game, man, and and man, live and direct. So watching these guys that I grew up around and go at the park playing ball with, or knew them because of our parents knew each other or grew up with each other, man. Seeing.
All right. So I guess we're having more technical difficulties here. I do apologize to everyone for this. It's definitely not our normal routine. Um, but anyways, I kind of feel like I've just had my pants pulled down and now I have to dance. But oh wow, yeah. Let's see what we can do to get these people back on here. People, please just bear with us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, I got your vocals, no visual.
Man. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Oh, okay. Man.
Well,
So what? We lost him?
Yep, we lost our guest.
Oh Lord. This is a night of technical hell.
Yes, yes. I'll just explain to her. I guess I feel like I just been had my pants pulled down and now I got to dance because I was the only one left in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's how I felt when you was busy the other day.
Yeah, I definitely get the gist of it.
Oh man.
But for you guys who are just joining us, our guest, Mr. Trey Washington, he's having technical difficulties. Um, so if you would just bear with us.
Yeah, difficulties tonight.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
There we
back.
go. Yeah, you back.
Got
Lord.
away.
It's all good.
The technology, man.
Yeah, man. They say it's always new and improved, but I don't know about all that.
Man, I
Love
don't
it or
know,
hate
man.
it.
I'll tell you. But yeah, man.
So how does sports affect you in your everyday life? I mean, throughout your long career, all those, experiences as far as like the height of damn your wins and then the lows when you may have not your team may not have performed, to the best of their abilities. So how does that winning and losing translate to your life off the field?
So in high school, we did a lot of winning. Definitely, we did. I mean, I would say maybe, I think I might have lost 4 games in 4 years in high school.
Oh dang.
Yeah, we went to a state championship and went to a semifinals. We lost both of them, but
Hmm.
as far as that, man, it was we was used to winning a lot, and so at that with that being said, it's I think the biggest thing it kind of that winning, man. You got used to a certain status. You got used to things, and what was thinking that's how things gonna go and that's how it gonna be. But kind of got humble. I got to college, and man, I got to college, and man, we had some rough years, man, and that it kind of it teaches you a lot, man, about well, basically like it's when everything it's easy to do. It's easy to do it when everything going good.
Hmm.
It's easy to be when you're at the top of your game and your team at the top. It's easy. It's easy to do whatever, man, and just and keep it going, and you know what I'm saying, and enjoy the fruits of your labor at that time. But man,
Right.
when you get to level where what I'm saying, these guys ain't used to winning, and that was kind of like part of why they brought me in there because I was used to winning,
Uh-huh.
and the culture was different culture. So when you're not dealing with a winning culture, it's man, it's different, man, and it starts with coaches and all. I mean, even though coaches want to win, but when you're not when you're not used to that winning coach, or you still trying to get there, and then a lot of us guys that have been there, we coming from the man. Man, it's stressful, man. First of all, it's tiring, and
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times it make you say, man, what you know, this ain't it.
Mm.
It'll have you thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Everything and one, just put everything in perspective, man. Because it's a struggle when you lose, man. I went from what my senior year. That might have been the most game we did lose. I think we might have lost 3 that year. Junior year we lost 1, then 2. So we lost maybe I lost maybe about 5 or 6 games out of my career. But
Hmm.
shoot, I might have lost 6 my first year.
Oh dang.
I,
Yeah.
I went from there. I think I went like 3-9. I mean 3-7, or maybe 4-6 my first year in college. And man, I'm like, oh man, what's going on? Then you go to seeing it's different, man. It tests you, man. Faith and all, man. You have to. And one of the biggest things I think it do to you, man, it's hard. It make it hard for you to buy into a system. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you, it was easy to buy into the system at Northside because it was a tradition. When I come up, these guys was already winning, so it was like, hey, you can hop on this train, and you gonna keep this train moving. But this what we got to have about you. You got to be in. You got to be in some. You got to be here for summer. You got to be here spring, and you got to be ready to roll fall, and you got to be out here practicing. So that was the thing. And then we had a program, man, where off season you gonna run, you gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna do this year round. You gonna train yourself all year round for, you know what I'm saying, a few months of football. And that's how it was. And then when I get to college, and this ain't the down nothing of the other college and everything I went to, it was just what it was at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was different.
Right.
Great line of coaches and everything, but I would say they was trying to get it together as in the program. Got the other, things one what I was used to from high school to college, and it was a Division II school. So, we what is it? You didn't have all the money that and resources that bigger schools had. So I understand you had to work with what you had to work with, but
right,
the culture, man, it was just a different culture. You know what I'm saying? You had to, instead of going into a winning culture, man, you were going into a losing culture, or a culture that was trying to get to a winning culture, but you know what I'm saying, you had to fight all the ups and downs with it, which we would probably play 2-3 mediocre teams and win those 2 games of the first season, and then you come back and drop your next 5 games.
Oof.
Bro, that's a hit, So
heck yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit, man. And you still gotta go out here and practice every day. And then, like I say, it tests your faith, because man, what the hell I keep coming out, man? I'm coming out here, man. We out here, we sorry as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's type of stuff it make you say, like, man, we out here grinding, working, coming out here to practice. What we practicing for? We ain't getting no better. So that's one of the big things in a teacher, man. You gotta stay down, man. But the main thing it taught me, man, you know what I'm saying? And I can't say I learned this while I was there. I probably learned this after. But it taught me, man, you got to buy into that system, man, regardless what type of system it is. If you don't buy into the system that your coach selling you, then you're not going, you know what I'm saying? As a team, you can't be successful. I mean, you can have 1 or 2 guys, 4 or 5 guys, but man, as a team, from the starter to the last bench player, man, y'all got to buy into it. You got to buy into it and believe what that coach pitching and selling to you, and believe whatever tools he giving you, that these are tools that's gonna help you, you know what I'm saying, excel on this field and transfer it and excel to life, because it's all lessons, man. So that was a big thing, man, and it just tests you, man. And you go to thinking, man, especially you do something like get hurt, man. What I'm getting hurt for, man? We ain't winning. And it's real bad when you start the season off, and week 5, week 6, man, you really ain't got no playoff hope no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you get into it, and this would be for the big schools and some of the small schools with the guys that got prospects. Then you get into that me thing, like, man, I might need to chill out, man, and get myself right. You know what I'm saying? For one of the scouts come through here, and we can try to get this right. Then that's when it turned off to, man, this ain't no whole, now it's a me thing, because you losing. You know what I'm saying? And losing, that's counsel. You know what I'm saying? So it be hard, man. It be hard for a coach to tell you to wake up at 5 a.m. and come on down. We finna run some sprint, but shit, we can't win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We finna run some sprint, we can't, well, we got to win some games, but that coach, that winning coach got to start with the players too. And if you got players that, just out here doing it, and they ain't really, working on their craft and putting what they, need to put in on the time where people ain't seeing them, things like that. And I can say, I did it in college, but I was more sold on it going into high school and in high school, because I knew where they could prevent, because I knew, man, I seen them boys in them on them. First of all, ain't nothing like Friday night lights. I don't care. I mean, and I know people that don't been in the D1s and been up there. I mean, that's great too, but man, at the end of the day, ain't nothing like them Friday night lights, man. You know, and especially in Warner Robin. So you know what I'm saying? Man, it's like a Texas feel. You know what I'm saying? So when you doing that, man, I'm out here doing things like running, going to the school, walking down. I had a school down from me. This when I was standing in another place. I had a school, elementary school down from me, man. I go out there run 40-yard dash, man. Run them. And I ran them, bro. I ran them. I'm talking about at nighttime. I ran them, bro. I ran them because I wanted to win the 40. And I got there in my 10th grade year. We used to have this thing called Iron Man or whatever. I remember running it my 10th grade year, and I failed. And I was running against one of my fullbacks in the backfield. He was older than me. But I was running against him, and man, I fell across the finish line, man, and I still clocked a time that was record breaking. You know what I'm saying, for the school.
Wow.
For the school, and failed, man, and had a hip contusion, a hip point of the rest of the camp, summer camp. And then, you know, I came back the next year, did the same thing, you know, broke that record, and I broke my leg and came back, and then I ran another 40, and that was a great time too. So there was then as a running back, I won the whole competition that we had with Ironman, which was lifting weights and running the mile and all that. I tell you right now, that long distance stuff, I wouldn't do it. But I wouldn't. Hey, short distance, you want that fast? I'm gonna get you there. We're gonna boom, we're gonna go. But
right.
I went into all that long distance running and stuff like that. But I needed to place like maybe top 20 just to win the whole thing, and I won it. So you know what I'm saying? It was just that motivation at that time. So like I said, when you get to a school and the whole coach and everything changed, man, it's hard on you. But at the same time, you still trying to help build up that winning culture. You trying to start something. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, by the time I was a junior and senior, we had opportunity to make the playoff. You know, it went down to the last game of the season. We might have lost, and we had some things that go on with that one year. I think we lost our quarterback the last 2 games, so we had to actually put our fullback at quarterback. And last time he played quarterback was in high school. So, but we did all right, but it was just that. So, man, it can change your mentality. Like I've seen it break the weak people. Hey, man, we ain't winning, and you come from a school, he might have won 3 championships, and now, man, that man don't walk out the field, he gone home. Like that.
Dang it. Hey, what's going on, Kevin Young? Thanks for tuning in, bro.
So yeah, man, it's like that, man. But it'll try you, man. It definitely tests you.
So, if you would describe the impact that your coaching provides to your athletes, like you have these athletes, you coaching them, you're trying to get the very best out of them. What is it that you, as your own individual coaching style, what do you notice works and what doesn't work?
So I just say here more recently, I haven't dealt with I've been out of the coaching aspect. I mean, I still do a little give some pointers, but I said when these athletes, they were so young. So most of the things that I would say to these young guys, these recreational guys that's coming in. First of all, I tell them, a lot of y'all, you gonna play this, and a lot of y'all gonna play this and get serious with it. A lot of you just gonna play it for now and have fun with it and go on and do something else. But those of you that are, you know what I'm saying, the main thing I try to tell them, stay hungry all the time. Always working on your craft, like I say all the time. Work on get your techniques right. And one main thing, your attitude, because you got to be able to be coachable. And I say that now, you know what I'm saying, and I probably would have a few coaches that say I probably had a hard time with it at a young age. Being coachable, but I would listen to who I want, who I would listen to. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't get too far out of line because I know I want to play.
Right.
At the end of the day, you know, I ain't caring about nothing else. And if you take the game away from him, man, I will, you know, I'll be in a different mood, man. But so as these youngsters, man, you just be coachable and you know, listen to what your coach is saying to you, and um I always keep an open mind, because you know a lot of time coaches want you to, you might have been and played this all your life, and then a coach come tell you and boom, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna try you right here. And a lot of time when a coach do that, man, he trying to put you in the best position it is for you to excel. And
Right.
maybe if you got that talent, he may be putting you at a position that's gonna help you get to the next level. So you know you always gotta have an open mind, man, and you know keep it always. The best thing, you know, work on technique, any type of whatever position you play, work on your technique, keep good form and technique, man, and man, just go hard. My main thing would be to always tell any athlete, man, you out there, go hard. Even if you don't know what to do and you messing up, man, just go hard. Cause anybody, you know, everybody tell you, man, the person that's loafing and jogging around, man, that be the person to get hurt a lot, you know.
Oh
So
wow.
that'd be the main thing, man. Dealing with, like I said, I haven't had the chance, man. I want to, man. When my schedule permitted, and I'm able to get back out there and
All right.
Oh,
Sound like
Lord.
his mic went out. Mic went out. Yep, mic is out.
Nah, can't hear you. Boy, if this ain't a night of technical
I know,
difficulty.
right? I don't know what in the world's going on.
Oh man.
Just hang with us, man. I don't know
Man.
what's going on, but we trying to get it back right. Yeah, you may have to log out and then come back in.
Yeah, man.
So what's going on with you, Mr. Young? We appreciate you tuning in, brother. Sorry, we're going through these motions right now, but
It's one of them days.
heck yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go check out his podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're doing some good stuff over there.
Oh, that's what's up. I have to go check him out then for real then.
Yeah,
For
man, had to
sure.
bring him on the show one time so he could tell the world what he doing on his end.
That's what's up. Love to have you on, bro. We all out here trying to get it. You know how that go.
Oh yeah.
But okay. So I guess we're gonna revert back to our other topic.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
we on now.
We
Yeah,
on.
yeah, we
All
good.
right, man. Once again, we back.
That's
I,
what's up.
I definitely appreciate y'all having me. I know we're going through some things, but we're gonna
Not a
still
problem.
make it through, man.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Ain't no stop in it.
Yeah. So let me ask you,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel as a coach that you would be more fulfilled if you coach your children in sports they participated in?
Run that back again. Let me hear.
Do you feel as a coach that you would be more fulfilled if you coach your children in the sports that they participated in?
My children, as in my kids, my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would say at one point, yeah. I at one point, yeah, but I tell you what, man, I'd rather coach the other kid, man, because I feel like my kids probably could get a better grasp of somebody else, you know what I'm saying, instead of just being the parent, you know, and because you know as a
Mhm.
parent you be at a different level, you know, you want to, yeah, hey, but you know better than that, man. Come on, man. You come on, what you doing? You know, like something like that. But
Right.
I'd rather them to be be coached by somebody else, so you can, you can get that feeling of another coach, because it ain't always gonna be like that. So yeah, I'd rather them get coached by someone else. I when I started out, that's what I was like, man. I'm gonna coach my son and get him right. But I kind of sat back. I think I sat back a few years, and then I watched him, and kind of felt like he did he did a lot better with someone else. I mean, me still, because I'm still gonna have the at home coaching with him and all that. So yeah, I feel like that was a little too much, but I can imagine how it be with these high school coaches and college coaches that end up coaching their kids or whatever. It. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't know. I'd rather have someone else coach.
So when you find yourself coaching your own kids, do you critique them a little bit more than you would say as far as the other players? Do you think you're a little bit harder on them, or?
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things. I get on them, or be kind of stuck on them. Hey man, come on, this right here, what we gotta do, this what we gotta do. But at the same time, you gotta show that same interest in all the kids. So you gotta know how to balance that.
Right.
That was
Okay. All right, you there? Can you hear us? Okay. Let's see. Okay, he can't hear us. Wow. I am in a loss right now. Let's see. Where's my connection?
Can you hear me?
All right, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. He's gonna have to log out and come back in.
We going through it today.
Yes, man. We are technically getting our asses whooped right now.
yeah. I'm back. Y'all can hear me now,
Yeah, we hear you, bro. We hear you.
man. All right, man.
All right. Cool, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I be in
Um,
the hotel.
Yeah, the internet is so important. It's so crucial. But what are your thoughts on college or professional athletes getting into trouble? Do you feel that? What do you feel like are their biggest issues? Do you think it's the crowd that they have around them, uh, no guidance, or is it just generally people making that bad decisions?
Man, yeah, this that's a great question, man. Um, Me personally, man, I think some of all that plays in the part, man. And
Hmm.
in college, I think it's a lot about choices, because college is a little different, because you ain't you had that celebrity feel, but you ain't got that celebrity money.
mm,
So
Right.
so it's a
yeah.
little different. It's a little different in college, but and then whether you coming from an inner city or a little country town, and who you surround yourself with, but you know, I think a lot of choices in college get made, man. Just being pressured, and who you surround yourself around, and the situations you put yourself in. It's like, man, we used to go clubbing, and in college you do a lot of clubbing and everything, partying, and we used to go clubbing, man, and you would run across different teams and people that you may not care for. You can get into it like that, or putting yourself in all types of different situations, drinking, or doing making all the wrong decisions.
Hmm.
Because it's a lot about decision making, but at the same time, you still young. because a lot of times, you in college at 18, 19, 20, 21, something like that. You real sure you may be 22, 23 at the oldest, something like that. But
Yeah.
you get in those situations and it's just different, man, because you 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 may run into a certain spot, known as you known something like a celebrity, and people give you things and let you do things different, because of what you've done on a field or on a basketball court, baseball field or whatever. So it's a little different in college, man, and I think a lot of that just have to, for one, who you surrounding yourself around, because you always, it's always, especially in college, high school, like that, right? It's cliques. You gonna run in a clique, you gonna run in this clique, and
Mm-hmm.
my personal experience dealing in college, you had your kids that party, make that party hard, drink, smoke, or do whatever. Then you had your kid that study, watch film, that type of stuff. Then you had the guy that be sitting there want to play the game and chill and all that. So you got your different cliques, but they all do different things. But the clique, it's all about who you surrounding yourself around, and being and not being a follower. You got and being a leader. You can't, cause somebody else want to do this and do that. You can't necessarily go. You got to be willing to say, hey man, nah, I'm gonna chill out, sit back and do that. But in college, as a college level, but man, I think that professional level, man, that's a different thing, man. You working with millions of dollars, man, and these people getting paid more than they coach. So half of them ain't been listening to nobody that ain't that they making more money than them. That's
No,
just
that's
straight
right.
up.
No,
You
that
know what
is
I'm saying?
right.
That's just straight up. You coach me, you don't do nothing else.
Wow.
So that just comes from my first mind frame. If I know a lot of them players got to be like that, man. And that's the thing where you got money, man. You can do it. You can do just about anything you want. And I think they're getting a lot of them here. Like they really think they can do anything they want, and kind of feel, you go to feeling a little untouchable. But the everybody out here ain't on you like, okay, you a superstar. We're gonna listen. A lot of these cats out here to get them. Then you know what I'm saying? Because they,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, you might have the jealous, unathletic police officer or guy that just couldn't do it, and he's somewhere doing hating a job that he don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I know it got to be hard on them guys when you living out your dream. When you honestly living out a dream, something that you dreamed about, and you getting paid for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's just different at that professional level, man. But I think a lot of these cats making wrong decisions, man. You putting yourself in harm's way because your surroundings. You gotta have somebody. You gotta have somebody around that say, "Hey, man, look, this ain't that ain't what it is, right now, man. We can't do that.
Right.
We jeopardizing everything.
Mm.
You can't just have that yes man and somebody that just want to be the party man all the time, and he want to roll wherever you roll. You can tell him, hey, you say anything to him, he like, all right, man, let go. No, you can't have that guy, cause that's the guy that gonna let whatever go down, go down. That's like some of these instances where these guys don't got caught on film beating on their women, or doing some type of jumping on somebody or fighting somebody. Come on, man, you got the wrong type of people around you, man. You got people that don't love you around you. I mean, they love what you can do for them, but they don't love you. Cause I can tell you right now, man, I got about 5, 6 homeboys, man, and I promise you, me and these boys ain't never switched up or never none. So anything, if one of us have had some type of boatload of money or generational wealth
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna set everybody straight, man, I guarantee you, boy, them guys ain't gonna let none of either one of us ain't gonna let none of us fail on that, man.
Mm. True that.
Wow.
So, what are the emotional and mental impact sports have on athletes from your perspective?
Uh Emotional, man. Right now, I think the impact emotionally is mm, I would say from my experience and just my perspective,
Right.
losing. losing can it can be emotional, man, and you know what I'm saying, draining. Just like I was talking about earlier, losing, man, and just you know, getting your feelings, cause you know everybody want to win. You know, getting your feelings caught up in this too much, man, and to where it's not. You know, it's more than a game. And then you know, at the pro level, of course, it's gonna be more because you still getting paid. You getting paid for it, but you know, mentally, man, it really can drain you on the mental side too, because as you get older, you gotta compete with the younger. You know, you gotta compete with the more athletic younger guys that's coming up by the day. You know, and you may have you know, you getting a little older in age and father time catching up with it. You can't move and do things how you want to. You know, then that's where guys, you know, go to getting into the performance enhancing drugs and things they're trying to keep up. So man, it can be a wreck on you emotionally and mentally, man, because you know, just trying to keep up and trying to maintain your trying to keep up and trying to maintain everything, man. Um, I would say another thing, man. What a lot of people don't know, all the time that's you get put into it, man. From going to practice, getting out of practice, going to meetings, having to go to the training room to get your therapy session in, to get some type of treatment, to get ice, to get heat. You know, then leaving out there, having to go back to meetings, and having to go when you get out of meetings, having to go back to your room and watch film. You know what I'm saying? In the collegiate level, man, that's a lot of time that goes into this. You know, and I ain't understand that until we first got in. I mean, we used to do a little film watching in high school, in high school, but you know, you couldn't do too much because it was high school. But college, man, you go into school, you go into class, and then man, you play football. You either working out in the morning, because if you got a late class, you're gonna work out in the morning. If you got early class, then you're gonna work out in the afternoon with the rest of the team. Then you're gonna go to a meeting, you're gonna sit in there, then you're gonna go to a team meeting, you're gonna go back to a positional meeting, you're gonna watch a little film, you're gonna have to go to go get treatment if you need treatment. Then you going back on the field, then you go on the field, you practicing for 25, 28, 30 periods, which gonna take you there about 2.5 hours, 2 hours to 2.5 hours, depending on how long you're going. And then you go back and you got to go back to treatment if you got a little ankle sprain or a little contusion or something. Then you gonna go in your little meeting for a quick second before they let you out to go eat. Then you got to rush and go eat. So, man, it's a lot to go with it, man. And then it's the same thing in pros, or just watching these guys and I watch a lot of film, study a lot of film on pros, and then I know a few people went to school, some guys that's in the NFL right now. I talk to them, and you know, it's the same thing there, man. But it's just harder for them coaches to get them guys in because you paying me. But you know, it ain't gonna say harder, but it's just a different thing now with them guys getting off. But it's a job for them, so now you know what I'm saying. It's just like how we work. You got to go to work. You want to get paid.
Definitely. And then McCall says, don't forget going to study hall after the mess.
Look, Andy McCall, man. Let me tell you something. That was my study hall, man. That man helped me through, man. That was my guy, man. We played college ball together, man. That's my guy.
Sure,
He,
heck yeah. That's what's up.
man, I realized, man, Andy was so smart, man, and man, I was at that point, man. I wasn't. Hey, man, it was. I was like, I came to play football. You know, I went to class here and there, but I ain't gonna lie. I was one of them ones that, all right, man, when it's crunch time, I need to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go. But Andy went to helping me out in study hall, man. Man, he got me right.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Teammates on and off the field.
Oh yeah, man. Oh my God, man. We had a good time although we we partied, man. It was boring, but we made do. We walked up, boy. When I first got out of the bar, I was like, "What the hell? I don't got myself into, man."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. It was rough up there, man. Walked up with the snow, man. It snowed, man. I wasn't going to no class when it snowed. I wasn't used to it, man.
Right.
Yeah, but man, them guys made it better and comfortable for 'em, man. And shout out all them boys from the hill, man. Coaches and all.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
So we
man.
know that sports teaches you teamwork, healthy community, healthy competition, social skills, self confidence. I mean, all those things go to making a great athlete, even a good athlete. But you personally, while you are going through your experience, and I know that you set a whole lot of records. Um, what do you say as far as you choosing who actually was around you? How did you go about doing that? I mean, was it just an organic thing, or you gravitated towards people who actually could help you with the position you're playing at that time?
Um, Coming up, I would say in high school, it probably was just I was just around. In high school, I was just probably just around who I was around. Who I grew up with. But
Right.
it kind of got different when you go off to school, man. I was 5 hours away, so you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying. And I ain't know nobody, so I had to kind of get a feel of who
Can you
kind
hear
of
me?
like me.
Yeah, we hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh yeah. Kind of who was like me, who kind of related to me. We all kind of gravitated
This is a
together.
night.
Got and um was what it was. But
Hmm.
I ain't really. I can't necessarily say like I said, I ain't really true nobody. I was kind of when I got to college, I was kind of like, man, I don't know none of these cats, man. It's just me, and probably at the beginning, I probably got into a lot of confrontations or just situations because I was so bent on being who I was around, the silence
Right.
as I was around when I was at home, man. That I felt like, man, I've been knowing these cats that I grew up with for so long, man, and they ain't crossed me in no type of way. That they were so loyal, man. I felt like I wasn't gonna never find that getting into school, man. And you as you get through the years and the time, man, you find some guys that okay, they solid, and these guys on kind of on same thing I'm on.
Right.
So with that being said, they're not gonna put you in a situation that you don't want to be in. And and me, I was the type, I wasn't gonna let nobody put me in a situation that I ain't want to be in anyway, cause I wasn't gonna just follow the crowd. I was gonna do my own thing
True that.
regardless. So just I can say I did when I got to college. My coaches put me with some older guys. I stayed in like a little townhouse with some older guys, a couple
Hmm.
juniors and some seniors, and one of them was a running back, and name was T Mac. Shout out T Mac. He he showed me a lot of things. He kind of put me on their wing. Them guys, T Mac, Mojo, them boys, Jaquan, them Rod, them boys kind of put me, you know what I'm saying, and try to kill. They kept me kind of right when I first got there. Kind of when I left from up under their wing, they graduated and everything. I kind of I kind of got to feel like, yeah, I'm kind of that guy, so it's time to what I'm saying, try to do what I want.
Right.
But those guy, he put me in. One of them was a running back, the guy T Mac, and you know what I'm saying, man. I kind of just jumped up on his wing and seen how he was, and just watch him and seeing how he was moving, man, and that kind of helped me out a lot. So yeah, I think I surround myself around some positive guys. Then I got with some Georgia guys. Me and the Georgia boy linked up, and South
Hmm.
Carolina boy. You know what I'm saying? B Sam, shout out B Sam, my boy. Got uh, um, who out them boy was B Sam, uh, Mario, yo, Little Jay, all them boys, we got together, man. We was staying in one house, man, and we partied and then we lived life. Well, we lived it, man. We lived it up, man. I mean,
All right.
hey, we played on that field too, though, but you know what I'm saying? We all of about starters, had a quarterback, starting receiver, running back.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Jay boy, all them boys tight end, man. We were loaded up, man, in one household. And man, well, I'm gonna tell you, boy, we did some things.
I can only imagine. But since how you open up the door, I'm gonna ask you this one question. You can keep it brief if you want to. But when you're a star athlete and you're doing big things, we know that females, they're attracted to that. So how did you keep that balance of not letting yourself be distracted off the field? Um, when it comes down to the women, because I'm sure they're at you.
So it really wasn't no distraction, like as far as let me see. The female really wasn't no distraction as in field because they anytime you with a female that was always after hours, so
Mhm.
after your football time, so what I'm saying, they
Right.
really wasn't no distraction, man. They was they pick one thing about them. They gonna pick and choose. You have a good 3 touchdown, 4 touchdown day, yeah, man. Chances are your night looking bright.
All right. Fair enough, homie. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that was the main thing. But wasn't really no distraction, man. With the female, we know a lot of you ain't really end up to let the female distract you, man.
For sure. So, how do you handle athletes that don't give you their all? Like, that they're capable of greater potential, but you just don't see them giving that 100%. So, how do you get them back on track when they do that?
That's kind of tough one, Jay. I can say for the most part from where I don't help young men out in the coaching area and playing, which at a young age is kind of different at a young age. Cause all you want to do is try to, you want to try to help them out and tell them, hey man, I know you can do this or you get this. It's it's a little different at that age. I would say just from experience, from watching other coaches or everything at an older age. I think they have the. First of all, you have to put them in the right position. I believe that they're going that best fits them or they're gonna excel at.
Right.
So therefore, if you had say we had okay, so I can use this as instance. I had a
Okay.
guy come to school with me, played ball with me a year older than me.
Hmm.
Great guy, great player while we was playing in high school, go getter, and got to college. And that's one of the things where I think it kind of messed up his mental because got him in college and put him maybe a safety or something. He was playing linebacker, and I'm talking about get off that end and go sack, make tackles, all that. Played
Yeah.
fast and everything. Got to college and his mental changed, man. They put him in a position where he just want to excel, or maybe either the defense. I don't know, for whatever reason. But I knew what
Hmm.
he had in him, and they couldn't get it out of him, and he stayed with me. And I think a lot of it was his mental was shot, man. His confidence was shot because he was just in a bad position, man. And then, like I say, that thing where you're not winning and you're not playing where you want to play it, that kind of
Yeah.
kill, that kind of kill your mental. So you have to put him in the right position. I knew where he was excel at. And linebacker, you put him there and send him to go get that ball, and that's what he's gonna do. Sometimes you have to, which it's the wrong thing to do, but sometimes you got to take them X's and O's and not and just let that guy play ball. Send him and put him in that position where he can go get the ball and
All
that's
right.
that. So it's it's hard, man, when you got a guy that got talent, man, and that's where the coaching come in. I haven't. I think it's more important that when they at a older level, maybe middle school, high school, recreational, where I don't help young men. I think that's I think you can still put them in the right position at that young age and show them a way to go and go get it, But
Mm-hmm.
at that age, it basically be how hard they going, what I'm saying? Giving it, going out, don't take no plays out, because you young, they might go out and they one play, you might see this boy go all out and do all type of things, and then he come out the next play and he just stand up and don't do nothing, So that
Yeah.
you ain't gonna too much run into that as they get older. You just run into maybe this guy ain't learned how to turn it on yet, and you showing them by and helping them as a coach by finding some fire, lighting some fire in them, or even
Mm-hmm.
just preparing them better. Some guys don't know how to prepare. Like I was a terrible practice player, and I'm probably every coach that coached me can vouch for that. I was a terrible
Mm-hmm.
practice player, man. I just went into practice, but when that game night come or game day,
Yeah.
I put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play. I'm finna try to shine bright.
Oh man, that remind me of Allen Iverson when he said practice.
Practice, man. But ain't nobody studying that practice, man.
We talking about practice.
Not no game. Talking about practice. But practice. Like I always say, practice where you going. That's where you earn it at, man. Well, by the time you get to the game, man, everything gonna be slowed up for you because you don't practice it. So,
Right.
I practice enough, but I ain't want to practice like that, man. I go and get my reps, and I want to be out of there.
Dang it. So we know that, when it comes down to coaching, there are so many different aspects that, a coach has to worry about, meaning the players on the field, his other coaches, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. He's trying to focus on what he's doing. But when you are coaching, these young athletes and you find yourself being, you know, a parent coming at you really aggressive, how do you handle that?
Oh man, I think in that age group, the recreation, that's one of the biggest things, man. How them parents come in. So what you got? I think the main thing, what you gotta try to establish some ground and some type of barriers. Once you get these kids, you get your kids picked, and whatever you're doing, how we used to do. You get some equipment or whatever, and then you want to talk with these kids. You want to speak with the parents, and you want to tell the parents, hey, look, you put you don't this who I'm who coaching them. Tell them a little about yourself, and you put them down and just sit them down and just say, hey, look, you putting your kids in my hand. I hope that what I'm saying, you trust me to do the right thing with them, and I need you to trust me. And I need you as same thing as the player. I need you to buy into my coaching philosophy, or skills, or whatever I'm trying to instill in these guys, and trying to set a point of you guys that to be successful. So therefore, the parents that get a little discouraged, they gotta be able to just, what I'm saying, trust you with their kids. And you get a lot of them. It's only a few. You get a lot of them
Mhm.
that say, hey, you got my son. It's on you. Do whatever, long as there ain't no crazy stuff, And
Yeah.
I look at a lot of this. These guys, they got these travel teams and whatever, these other teams that going on, which I got a different mind about that stuff too. I ain't knocking it, but I feel like
Right.
there's a little too much football for guys at that age. But the exposure ain't bad. But you got a lot of these coaches, man. These coaches, I seen one where a guy was down there putting his hand on the kid that did something, man. Now, that right up, I think you're going too far when you're doing that. So yeah, that's when your parents come in handy and want to string you out. But as far as just some little discipline and a little tough love, man, that ain't never too much, man. You For the most part, man, you don't get a lot of parents that do that. You just get some, and a lot of times it's just parents try to be coaches too, and want to see their son do this and do that. And Truth of the fact is, everybody ain't got that talent. But one thing about recreation, for the most part, a lot of them, you have to play them a certain time, certain event down here where we at. But if you playing like that travel ball or what they got going on now, they probably don't. You probably ain't got too many rules on when you got to play a player. So it's all about the parents understanding that, hey, if my child ain't he ain't up to par right now, or he's not as good as the person in front of him. It's really about sitting down and talking and telling him, hey, you know how you get better, man. You got to keep working. You got to try to find some type of way to outwork that guy or work just as much as that guy that's in front of you.
Right.
That and find that some type of motivation and keep yourself working, man. So you can find your way in some type of playing time or get better. Like me, I always tell man, I don't care if it's a sorry team or good team, man. My thing was, man, at the end of the year, I want to, as coaching these young guys, I want to make sure all of them got fine at something. They got better at something on this field, and doing something.
Right. I mean, my thing about it is when I see, parents that come at coaches really aggressive, I be like really wanting to understand why. I mean, I get maybe a situation happened where your kid, maybe wasn't treated fairly, and it may not even have anything to do with the coach. It may be one of the refs out there, or one of the bigger players is mistreating your kid. But being in that mind frame of course you just want the best for your kid. You're trying to protect your kid, but you can't always come at the coach aggressively. You know what I'm saying? If you find that there's a situation, then you just have to bring it to the coach's attention the best way you know how. But when they're in the midst of doing everything, it's kind of hard for them to put everything else on hold just to address the issue that you're having. So
Correct. Yeah, and that's the same thing I tell my son or my daughter, man. Look, you ain't gonna be coming in here mad and pounding about nothing. Cause get what? If you ain't put that work in, man, that ain't no need for me. I ain't finna go talk to nobody and say nothing to nobody. You ain't put that work in. We know, I know where you need to start it. So that's where we're gonna start it. You got to put that work in. And like mine, if he sit on the bench and he ain't doing or whatever, mama may get mad. My mama gonna get mad regardless. Oh, they ain't doing it. Get what? I tell mom, now you need to stop that. Cause get what? He got to put more work in. I know what he can do. And if he ain't put that work in, then ain't no need to go on. We don't need to be talking about it. He got to, he got to find a way to get it out the mud itself.
definitely. But what is the best advice you received from any coach along the way? And what advice would you give someone who's looking to get into the coaching field?
The coaching field, man. Like I say, I don't know, all the ins and outs about that. Like I say, I just volunteered and coached some young ones. But
Right.
I think some of the best advice. I mean, coaches give you advice all the time. I think some of the best advice a coach told me, man. Man, it could be a whole bunch of man. For real, man.
You gotta narrow it down.
For real. But I had this ain't necessarily advice, but it was just something that I always stuck with us. With, man, I had my running back coach in high school, my first one. He used to say this thing 3D. He used to always have us say this thing 3D on 3. And it always stuck with me. I mean, to this day, man, the 3Ds, man, desire, dedication, and determination. Like you gotta have that 3D. We were 3D Wolfpack running back group, and I swear, man, to this day, man, that always stick with me, man. Cause you really can't do this if you ain't got the desire to do it, and you gotta have the dedication, and you gotta be determined, man, to be the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you gotta dedicate yourself you definitely got to dedicate yourself to this game or whatever game you playing. You know, you got to you got to be dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the desire and you got to have the determination. So that was one of the things that I really took, man, and they ain't never left me. And I that was in the ninth grade, so I probably was around about 14, 15 at that age. And I think the best advice I can give these young guys now, man, is they tell you, you know, you stay humble, which that's always, but you gotta have a little arrogant to this game, you know what I'm saying, and know that, hey, if you that guy, you that guy. So, you know what I'm saying? But you always be coachable, man. Find some way, you know what I'm saying? Always just find a way to listen. You know, as a youngster, you always may think you know it all, man, or this, right? But you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta listen to the people ahead of you, man, and trust and believe in their system, man. Buy into the system, whatever system you playing in. That buy
Right.
into it, man, and make and believe that this the system that's gonna help you get where you need to go. But at the same time, it's you got to put your own work in too. Like you got it. You always got to put that work in. What you know, what them guys ain't seeing. Like they see you at practice or whatever, but you
Yeah.
know, you got that behind the scene work. Ain't nobody don't nobody see. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I mean, nowadays everybody can see it. Cause everybody film workouts and all that. And I ain't never been no fan of that. But you know,
hmm So let me ask you. I got two more questions for you. One, boy dog. Tell us about boy dog. You always used to say that. Man, you gotta be a boy dog. So I'm going to assume one of your coaches gave you that piece of advice. Oh, dang it. Really? Oh man.
can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now.
Come back on that. Somebody had called me.
Okay. I said I know one of the things you always say is you gotta be a boy dog. So which one of your coaches gave you that piece of advice?
Hey, he was a defensive coach in college, man. Coach B, man. Coach Kevin Burnett, man. I used to always hear him say that, and they used to always say, man, you got to be a boy dog, man. So I also carry that. I get it because you know when you think about it, Coach B ain't do no, he a Christian man, so he ain't do no none of that cussing and none of that stuff. So he just
Mm-hmm.
had his own way how he'll tell you something, man. You know, that always stuck. Cause you be like, man, Coach ain't. Coach told that man to be a boy dog. Don't, you know, basically, you always got to be a boy dog. You basically can't be no girl dog, you know. We know how that goes. So,
For sure, for sure.
you slick with it, man. Like, dang,
Definitely.
basically calling me, oh, man. But he was a cool guy, man. Cool guy, man.
Mhm. All right. So
Wait,
the last question, man, I got for you is I know that a lot of throughout your career you broke a lot of records. I mean, a lot of records. So let me ask you this: do you ever go back and see if someone's broken your records?
yeah, I had a few, man, and I actually had it probably was a few years back. I had that 40 time record, and actually I think it got broken by somebody, but then I guess they ain't. I don't know if they kept it up or whatever. Then I guess he ain't qualified. Something I don't know what happened with that, but the next guy that came in line to break it was my people I know, man. He by Young Jolly, man. Shout out to Jolly. He had
Mm-hmm.
he broke that thing, man, and he broke that record, and I think he called me the same day, man. Pulled up on me. Hey, bro, got you. Hey, that thing sat out there, man. That thing might have sat out there 10 years better, though. Probably longer than that. I've been out of
Dang.
school. I've been out of school about what that 21, about 18 years. So it probably about 15 years.
Wow.
So, he snatched it on down and broke it. My
That
I
that's
guess
amazing.
it's crazy though, cause I guess for whatever my name, I guess maybe Iron Man or something. I guess my name gonna be up there. My son, he just getting up there, went to doing a little working out or whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
He he seen my name up there, and I guess he come back and kind of realize, oh, you did do a little playing. Yeah, I played a little bit.
That's
Coach
what's
now,
up.
plus the coach now, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Coach Elligood, shout out to Coach Elligood, man. He
Mm-hmm.
man, that's my guy, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Before we get off of here, man, that guy there, man, love him to death, man. I mean, it's a lot of guys you run across. You know him, Coach Ron Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, man, they all, man, they all made. Nick Collins, Coach Nick Collins helped me. He
Uh-huh.
really the one helped me get to school, man. When one nobody, I mean, I had a couple people looking at, but you know, like I said, my grades went all that, and that's another thing. Before I go, man, shout out to these young cats out now, man. These young fellas that's balling and everything, man.
Right.
Majority of these young fellas, man, these guys AB on the road, they doing everything. So it's at a different level now, man. These guys doing it in the classroom and on the field. So that's a big thing, man. I know my son, man. He make good grade, man. That man, I ain't never seen nobody. That man have a 99 in science, man.
Dang.
Yeah, 98. Man, I don't know how he. I was like, man, how you get into science, man? Hey, but he like it though. Like he like it. So you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a big shout out to these guys out here, these young fellas out here that ain't just been the athlete. They been the student athlete, been the student first and the athlete second.
Right.
Yeah, so shout out to them, man.
For sure. Well, man, we want to thank you for coming on, Trey. It's always been a pleasure. Um, anytime I get a chance to talk to you, bro. So, uh,
Hey man, always man. It was a blessing, man. You know how we met up, man, through work, man. And hey,
for sure.
it been up ever since then, man. I like what you guys got going on.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But to anybody that knows this man, hey, it's a blessing to know Trey. And I know I'm not the only one who feels like that. I met a lot of young cats or younger cats, but this dude right here, when I tell you he real, Trey is real. So just take that. Next time you see him, dap him up, whatever the case may be. Is there any way the people can reach out to you if they have any coaching questions or anything piece of advice you may be able to give them?
Hey man, first of all, I appreciate you, man, for that love. But man, I ain't got too much going on. I don't be on the platform like that, man. I gotta get used to it, man. I'm still stuck in my old ways. Where, you know what I'm saying? No face, no case. But
For sure, for sure.
but yeah, man, I'm on Facebook, Trey Washington, man. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. You can hit me up, inbox me, say something, whatever you want, man. If I got an answer, I answer for you. I go find it for you. If I don't, man, I got enough resources, man. I know I can go find it, man.
That's what's up, man. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the King and I Life podcast. We're sorry, my brother Soul Toucher has been having some technical difficulties. He's on the go right now, but
Yeah.
until the next time, you guys catch us on again Facebook, Instagram, and all of your major podcast platforms. And once again, we want to thank Mr. Trey Washington for coming on and spin this game. And again, like I always say, when somebody's giving you the game like this, literally giving you the game, you gotta apply it. If you don't apply it, don't do you any good.
Telling you, boy, apply some pressure, man. I was young, man. I missed a lot of it, man. But you know what I'm saying? That's just how it falls sometimes, man. But hey, before we go, Jay, one thing too.
For sure.
Um, one thing I can say that is big for any of the cats that you always play sports, and man, when you got to a stopping point in sports, when you know what I'm saying, and it's time to get out here in the real world, man. You know, any type of advice or any type of help you need, man, you can holler at me on that. Cause bro, I'm gonna tell you, it's hard. It's hard when you first get out of that, when you don't play football or some type of sport all your life, man, and you getting back, you getting out here to the real world, getting introduced, man. I've talked to a lot of cats and been around a lot of cats, man. That transition was real hard and difficult, and it was for me. So any type of you know what I'm saying, words of wisdom, or any type of, you know what I'm saying, just access you need to anything, man. If I got it, y'all holler at me, man, or get with somebody, that done been through that journey, man. And that'll help you keep moving on, cause man, that thing will make or break some people, man.
For sure. Like I always say, man, real recognize real. And that man just gave you the real right
Ooh,
there.
man.
So I'll let my boy.
All
All
right.
right.
Y'all,
Appreciate it, man.
hey, I appreciate you, man, for allowing me to be on here with you.
For sure. We definitely gonna have you back though. You know that, right?
All right, man. I'll get back with y'all. I ain't got no problem with it, man.
That's what's up, homie.
All right, man.
All right. Later.
Yeah.
For everybody that tuned in, we just want to say thank you, Mr. McCall, Mr. Young. Uh, I'm sure there are more people on here, but for some reason, it's just not allowing me to see.